Alright, so this is a demonstration of the London Power Standard amp, although it's not the full version. It doesn't have power scaling, it doesn't have reverb, but it is built into a late 70s Fender Bassman 10 chassis, and so it has the clean channel, the drive channel, the effects loop, and a standard Fender type power amp. So first of all, we're going to go through the front panel and I'll explain each of the functions. Guitar input, pretty obvious. I made this the foot switch input, for now at least. The next is a standard bright switch for Fender type clean channel. This is the 4 knobs for the Fender clean channel here. So we have volume, treble, bass, not mid but bass, and then mids. And then the next controls are going to be for the drive channel. So this is a saturation switch. It brings in some diode clipping for the drive channel. This is a fat switch, brings in a bass boost for that. The drive control. This is a high cut control, which I usually end up leaving all the way on, which is most similar to the standard circuit. And treble, volume for the drive channel. And then treble, bass, mid again. And then finally we have the master volume, a master presence, and a master depth. On the back there is also a, on the back there is the effects send level, the effects send jack, the effects return jack, the effects return level, and then there is a negative feedback adjustment. For now I'll keep it in the standard position, which is about 82K resistance of negative feedback. And then there's some bias test points, on-off switch, ground lift switch, auxiliary, AC jack, etc. So let's just start with the clean channel. Right now I have the controls, the bass and mid set to be kind of where it would be on a standard Fender tone stack, because Kevin O'Connor of London Power uses some different values for his bass and mid control than the Fender values. Let's bridge pickup. There's a Boss Giga delay in the loop right now. It's giving some ambience to it. I'll turn that off. Here's the dry sound. Bridge pickup, there's a neck pickup. And then I have a weird middle setting that's kind of both the pickups, but they're out of phase. So I like it, gives a nice low output for an acoustic kind of sound. And so then we'll just turn the controls all up to noon. Again, that's bridge pickup, neck, next. And the bright switch adds a little bit of brightness. Next we're going to move to the drive channel. This is my dog, Oscar. Alright, I'll move to the drive channel. Time's a little lower on that. So I have the drive controls about, let's put it in midway there. Up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to turn the drive control down a little bit so you can get a sense of the light crunch sounds. Neck pickup. Go about 6 or 7 there on the drive. crank the drive. We'll put that back at 6 or 7 on the drive there. I'm going to put the EQ all the way noon. So going from more standard Fender values to the probably where Kevin sets it, I just imagine, since it sets values. More volume and mids coming through there. I like that. So we can sometimes dump a little bit of bass, actually. Bass back up. I'll dump some mids. I'll bring the mids up, dump a lot of treble. Maybe a lot of highs here. It's pretty skronky, I'd say. I like it about noon. Let's take a quick look at the high cut. You'll just hear it gets really muffly. So it gets so muffly I haven't found a lot of use for it. I just keep it all the way up. Seems to have a good balance in the band mix as well. I'm going to turn the diode clipping now. The volume's going to drop a little bit, so I'll compensate by adjusting the volume up. It doesn't add a ton of clipping. It adds a bit of compression though. I like the character with it off though, so I usually leave it off. And then the fat switch, I'll play a little bit with it off and then with it on. Now on. Alright, that's it about for the drive channel. I do have the presence and depth knobs, but I didn't touch them all for this demo. The standard amp doesn't use them, and actually I think it probably sounds best that way with them off anyway. I'll bring them up just a little bit so you can hear the effect. Alright, so I made a little edit because I misspoke. Obviously my knobs are not labeled, and I got the depth knob confused with the presence knob. So this knob here is the depth knob, so we're going to demonstrate that. Alright, so it's all the way off now. Standard London Power standard values. Would not have a depth knob. I'll go halfway. Which kind of fills in that resonance, those low frequencies. All the way up. Alright, that's depth knob. Presence knob, all the way off, starting off. Halfway. Starting to bring in some edge, all the way up. That's better. Now you can hear the depth knob, the presence knob working. Alright, and the effects loop works really good. I like it. It sounds great. 2 buffered. It's got a basically it does not have a sound. Works well. Dry. A little delay on there. Yeah, so that's it's basically the London Power Standard circuit in a late 70s Fender Bassman chassis. And that's it. I couldn't find any good demonstrations on YouTube of the London Power standard sound, so I wanted to offer that to everybody out in YouTube land. Have a good night.